Here I am, once again. A very good evening, a very warm welcome, friends. I believe the colors of this confluence have gotten so thick that finally Jackrit had to turn it black and white. And with those words of warmth, let's go to Thailand. And here is the opportunity for me to, and the honor, to invite Professor Jackrit Sankamani, who is an associate professor in anthropology at the Faculty of Political Science at Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok. He earned his PhD in anthropology from the Australian National University, and his recent research topics deal with issues in science, technology, and society, focusing on water infrastructure, state floods, and cities. His latest publications include Infrastructure in the Making, the Chao Phraya Dam, and the Dance of Agency in Trans-Regional and National Studies of Southeast Asia, and Bangkok Precipitated Cloudbursts, Sentient Urbanity, and Emergent Atmospheres. East Asian Science, Technology, and Society, which is also an international journal called EAST. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Professor Jackrit.
Well, thank you. Well, Professor Garaf was right, but there's little mistake that I'm not turning it into black and white, but I'm turning the yellow into pink, which will be the next color for our SMUS conference. Okay. So once again, thank you very much for having me here. First of all, I would like to express my deep thanks to Professor Garaf and his very excellent team for the hard work of putting us together in this, I believe, academically and culturally rich conference. I also would like to thank Professor Nina and Professor Angela and SMUS Berlin team for all the support that provided to me from the beginning of my participation in SMUS network. It is indeed an honor for me to make the final statement, which I do not consider to be a final or closing remark, but rather an invitation remark to welcome you all to the next SMUS conference, which will be held in Bangkok. So for those of you who haven't been to Bangkok, the city is located in the Delta Chao Phraya River in Thailand's Central Plain. It is home to more than 10 million people and many more non-human entities. Bangkok is a vibrant city filled with people from various cultural and socio-economic backgrounds. The city itself is also distinct in its landscape and architecture, with high-rise buildings juxtaposed with shop houses and old temples, public parks adjacent to shopping malls, and street food cooking alongside Michelin star restaurants. However, not everything in Bangkok is always obvious and easily seen. The majority of city dynamism and action are hidden outside alleys, between or behind ordinary and at times deteriorating infrastructure. At the very moment, the city is being directly and gradually impacted by what I call the Southern Anthropocene phenomena. Flooding, heat island effect, fire dust pollution, lack of wildlife habitat, land subsidence, coastal erosion, overpopulation, malfunctioning infrastructure, and corrupted governance are all examples of urban events. So as academic, how do we deal with this complicated, entangled city phenomena? Yoshimi Takuchi, a Japanese intellectual and cultural critic, proposed the concept of Asia as method in his 1960 lecture. In his statement, he proposed ways to analyze Asia using made in Asia concepts. And in 2010, Taiwanese scholar Chen Quancheng published a book entitled Asia as Method Toward De-Imperialization, which was inspired by Takuchi's provocative work. Chen argued that we should consider specific conditions of local history and events in the region, and that Asian academic scholars should regain their agency in articulating concepts and paradigms that are best suited to reflect the environment, rather than being local informants who support or deny paradigms born in the West. With Asia as method in mind, my approach to study urban resilience and sustainability is to look at disruptive urban events and assemblage by using Bangkok as a method of entangled and untangled cityness, and seeing the city as an effective urbanism. The aim is to use the city to shed light on urbanity as city multiple, always in the process of becoming with people, things, spirit, and many more. The question I am interested in is how knowledge gained from observing Bangkok as a methodological being differ from knowledge gained from other cities, based on the grounded conceptualization derived from ethnography of everyday life urbanism in situ. So while our colleague might have suggested asking the right question to the city issue, I instead ask lateral questions, such as how urban flood events came to represent urban mobility and material flow. How has the changing climate and atmosphere of the city affect urban politics and the right to the city? We can also ask how urban fires caused by electrical short circuit reflect urban economic disparity, as well as temporal and spatial urban living shortages. Even the question of how has the process of rewilding the city highlight the cosmopolitics of urban non-human life. So as many southern pathways require a detour and the consideration of improvised, localized experience in order to reach a destination, city as a method allows us to seek a distinct, subsidiary, emerging approach to existing method and to conduct a lateral ethnography. So I am sharing this brief reflection of my academic interest here in order to invoke and also to invite you all to join me in Bangkok for the SMUS 2024 conference hosted by Faculty of Political Science, Chulalongkorn University during July 23rd to 29, 2024. And thank you. And this is the picture of Bangkok with Chao Phraya River as a main line of, lifeblood of the city. This is my alma mater and working place, Chulalongkorn University, located right in the middle of the city. So let me talk about Chulalongkorn University just a little bit to provide you a glimpse of how or what you are going to encounter next year. Chulalongkorn University, or in short, Chula, was established in March 1917 as Thailand's first higher education institution. There are 20 faculties, 23 college and research institutes, about 8,000 faculty members, and 38,000 students at the university. Juฬa is one of the world's top 100 universities in terms of academic reputation, according to the QS World Ranking 2021. It is also ranked among the top 50 in Asia. And according to the Time Higher Education Impact Ranking 2021, Juฬa is also number 1 in Asia and number 23rd in the world for all sustainability campus. So this is the picture from our campus. This is also our green area where we use the rainwater to actually feed all the plants and can accumulate during the summer for the use for other purpose. This is my faculty, Faculty of Political Science. The building, the tall building at the back, that would be the place where we're going to hold another SMUS conference in 2024. So with this invitation remark, I would like to also announce a call for session organizer. So those of you who are interested in organizing a session, please submit your English language proposal to SMUS Thailand via our Google form, or you can scan the barcode over there. So that is the information required to submit your session proposal. And at the SMUS 24, we invite scholars to suggest session topic, on one of the following or other relevant issues. For example, we talk about qualitative to quantitative and mixed method, digital methods, big data, digital humanities, decolonizing social science methodology, spatial methods, urban assemblage methodology, method for studying urban infrastructure and materiality, and method from, by, and or for the Global South, and overcoming methodological nationalism. Also cross-cultural method, transnational research and comparative studies, interdisciplinary and or transdisciplinary, participatory and or collaborative research method, mobile, art and or design-based method, strategy of data collection, storage, and access, process-oriented, long-durée and historical methods, apply research method for urban design, urban planning, and environmental planning, evaluation method, and method for scientific validation, and of course, your urban city as method and other methodological issues relevant to specific issue. For the SMUS 2024, we are honored and I am very happy to announce our confirmed keynote speaker. Professor Abdul Malik Simon is a senior professor, professional fellow at the University of Sheffield Urban Institute. He works on the issue of spatial composition in extended urban regions, the production of everyday life for urban majorities in the Global South, infrastructure imaginaries, collective affect, global blackness, and history of presence of Muslim working classes. He is also a research associate at Max Planck Institute for Study of Religious and Ethnic Diversity, a visiting professor at African Center for Cities at the University of Cape Town, a research associate at Jakarta Rujak Center for Urban Studies, and a research fellow at Taruma Nagara University. Besides his many books and articles, for 3 decades, he has worked with social interchange practices, technical arrangements, local economies, and the formation of power relations that influence how diverse African and Southeast Asian cities are lived. He has worked on redesigning municipal systems, training local government employees, and developing collaborative partnership between technicians, residents, artists, and politicians. He recently completed initial phase of study that look at how youth in different cities imagine their future urban life and the practices they employ to deal with increasing uncertainty and the simultaneous opening and closure of maneuvering space. So I am hoping that he will be a fantastic speaker at our upcoming conference, and other keynote speaker will be, of course, announced online later on. So thank you very much for joining me in this remarkable, in this invitation remark session. And I do hope that to meet you in Bangkok next year. And in the meantime, if you have any question, any inquiry, please email us, but don't email now because we don't hire the person to answer the email yet. Okay, but anything else? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Jakrit. That was so informative, and we all are already looking forward to SMUS Thailand. Now, I invite Professor Gaurav Raheja to felicitate Professor Jakrit with a small token of love and appreciation from our team.
Can I invite Manish and Shubhajit to also join me on the stage? So before we enjoy the cool drinks in Thailand, let's have the warm high tea in India. And it's time for that just outside. Request you all to please join us.